Kaboom!
Let's just do that again for safety.
Kaboom!
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is the Mitt.
And Dominic.
Yeah.
I got one for you. You got to know this. This is a little old.
Okay.
You got to know this.
Go ahead. I know the beat. I know the song.
Oh, Jesus.
I know the song. I do.
You know who sings it?
No.
It's a little.
They're all littles, man. That doesn't make any sense to me. I know the song. It's hype. Because I heard it at the gym. That's why I know the song. But no, I don't know. Who sings this?
Here's the hype. Here's the hype. Really? Okay, at least you know it.
No, I'm telling you, I know the song. I just don't know who sings the song.
It's Uzi.
Lil Uzi?
Yeah, Lil Uzi Vert.
Hold on, what's with the Vert? What does that mean? Reverse.
Maybe you can, I don't know. You're asking questions I don't know. Answers to.
I mean, Uzi is a weapon.
Yes.
Right? The Vert part, I don't understand. Like, why would you put those together? Because the weapons got ups? Like, what are we doing here? I'm confused.
I know. Right, at least you know the song.
No, I mean, I know, again, but if you played and go, if you list it out, you could list out a multiple choice thing and I would get it. It would be purely based on the probability of guessing. There'd be no, I mean, or if you put a little Wayne up there, I knew it wasn't him. Like I do elimination or whatever, I would not know who this person is at all.
All right.
What you got for me, Doc?
First off, jackass.
Whoa, a minute.
Saw in the show notes somebody talking about them, somebody being you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the size of somebody's water bottle is directly related to their level of doucheness.
I put this up there?
Yeah.
I mean, it should be up there. So, okay, yeah.
And look at the size of my water bottle.
Oh, hold up.
You don't even remember making your own show notes?
No, those are old show notes. I meant to call that out a while ago. That's old. Still factual, by the way, and that's old. Yes. The fact that you have a water bottle that does not fit in the cup holder in your vehicle, yes, you are a douche.
No chance it does.
I get it. That's what I just said, right? The fact that you need to carry around 4 gallons of water as if you're stuck in the desert, yeah, you're a douche. You live in the first world country. You live amongst neighborhoods where you can get any beverage you want with readiness, right? You don't need to carry around 4 gallons of water.
I'm
will survive.
I'm sorry, Richie Rich. I didn't realize, you just go around buying water all day long.
You can still carry a bottle that's appropriate size. Where are you going that without 4 gallons of water, you will die of dehydration? That's right. Nowhere. Because here's the funny part about this, by the way. The fact that you're drinking this much water also means you've got to make that many extra stops at the bathroom, which would be placed to refill a regular bottle of water. So 100%. My point is, you don't need to carry around the big bottle. You're stopping anyway. You can easily refill.
What kind of quality of water would I get at those refills?
I'm sorry. What water are you putting in? Now let's go on this path. What kind of water are you putting in this bottle?
I may or may not have water delivered to the house.
Are you serious? You're that guy? You get like the big bottles like people have big in their office?
Yo, trust me, twice already. The giant ones, it's like you really have to. It's like going to the gym. Like you really have to squat down, pick it up, and I've dropped. Well, the dog knocked over one, and I dropped one because it was raining and it slipped. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes of cleanup class. Yeah.
So getting a water filter is not going to solve that. It's not. I'm doing wrong. And
no. We plan to get a water filter. Just water filters are more expensive, and we're moving in a decent amount. No, a real water filter, not a little Brita or something you put in the.
Whoa! Don't be judgy on the Brita, son. So the fridge press thing, that's not good enough for you?
You know what it is? It's now a tasting. Listen, I drink out of a pipe. I don't care. It's more of a taste.
Apparently not. No. I mean, I'm gonna unless you fill up that big bottle or something with a pipe water, you do care, obviously. I mean, so don't make that claim. So it's a taste thing.
For me, from a better half. Who
else is drinking out of this thing?
Everybody, except not the dog.
If your son were to go and grab water out of the pipe, you'd like box out of his hand, like, what's wrong with you? Dad will kill you. Go drink out of this bottle situation.
No, but the pipe.
I don't know.
The pipe system isn't exactly clean.
I'm not disputing that, but you and I also grew up.
Supposedly, New York pipe water is a lot better than like
because it comes directly from. It's coming directly from a natural source, right? So it's not going through us.
I don't know what the pipes themselves are, but you know, I don't need a Flint, Michigan down here in Florida.
So in Jamaica, how does this work for you then? Are you just like, oh my God, how am I surviving in Jamaica because the water isn't running through 12 levels of purification? How does that work for you?
Buy bottled water.
Are you serious? You're a bottled water buyer in Jamaica? Yes. Where we grew up drinking out of a pipe, as you just mentioned?
Yeah, but the problem is I should drink out of the pipe because I'm just thinking of the last few trips. All the damn plastics, it sits out there in the sun.
Agreed.
Melting, and that's worse.
So you have power to just drink out of the pipe then, right? Like you're not, you can just go, hold up, I'm going to go drink out of this situation. So when you go to a restaurant in Jamaica, right?
Oh, it's a restaurant. Listen, you're acting as if I'm using 100% logic. Any restaurant, Jamaica here, just give me the water. Some of them are filtered. Yeah. Some of them do have filtered here in the States. Agreed. Some don't. It's straight out the pipe.
So you go, give me Florida's finest, straight out of the pipe.
Yeah. Listen, there's no much. Listen, also, people like you and me who are very, what's the word? Meticulous with cleanliness. We should never eat at a restaurant anywhere in the world.
Right? Valid. So, yeah. I'll give you that. Especially not the places we've eaten at, like things like in Jamaica and whatever else, or random street food. Yeah, but that street food is good. But then I also say I need to build up some enzymes and some strength. Yeah. You can't just be living in this purified world. You know what I'm saying? You gotta test the limits every now and then. You know? All right. So there's that. But yes, I do still stand by the size of the water bottle is equitable to the level of douchiness.
That's on you.
I don't have the water bottle.
The problem is the opposite. My wife hates it because I bring this to restaurants.
Yeah, because you're a douche. Agreed. So she's fully aware, and it makes a loud, ridiculous sound. But the greater part of that is, if you were to get a normal sized bottle, you would accomplish the exact same scenario, right? And by the way, for you, walking to fill it up every now and then, probably not a bad thing, son. Get them steps in. You know what I'm saying?
No, but honestly, for me too, I drink more, and I feel it when I don't. So having a large amount around, I wind up drinking more.
Hey, man, I'll go with you. Does Liar still have the same size bottle situation?
Yeah.
So when you travel,
both of us have these giant water bottles. Yeah, we'll travel in December. We'll both have those guys.
Hold up. Where are you putting this on the plane? Because I know it's not fitting in that little thing in front of the seat.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't stress that much. Because at one time, a funny thing, today at the gym, I was leaving the gym. They're transitioning between classes.
We're gonna lie, dog. We're having a nice, honest conversation.
And I swung it, and it hit something. I made a loud noise when everybody's silent. Everybody looked at me. And I told a story that, on a plane, it was full, and I dropped it. I go, what? I ran the aisle. Huge noise. But yeah.
But again, where do you hold it on the plane? Are you holding your lap like a baby? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, just catch it.
So when you sleep, do you fall asleep on planes?
Oh, yeah.
No, some people can.
Who doesn't?
Some people can. I feel bad for them. Some people can.
Shit, I'll go to sleep before takeoff.
All the time. Sitting straight up. My chin on my chest.
Yeah. It doesn't even matter if I'm tired or not. It's like
what's in the plane? It's weird how that works, by the way. There's the most uncomfortable seat, but no matter what, you sit in there, you just want to pass out. 100%. It makes there's zero logic.
The problem is I even fight it. I'm not even tired. I fight it if I'm trying to watch a movie or something. And I'm fighting.
I fight it only when I'm in like first class, and I will literally ask them, "Yo, here's my breakfast order."
Donald Trump over here.
No, whoa. First of all, never make that comparison, right? You could have said Richie Rich. You could have gone anywhere with that, right? Billy Gates, if you wanted to. Also, when I get upgraded. No, my point is, I literally go, "Hey, I'm gonna order breakfast with you now. I'm gonna go to bed, but wake me up when the breakfast comes." That's the one thing I don't want to miss. And if it's a big long flight, then to your point, I'm like, man, I kind of need to use some of these amenities. Just sleeping it away is pointless. So then I'll force myself to stay awake. It's counterintuitive, right? In that situation. But yeah, all right.
Sleeping on planes is an interesting one.
No, it's I feel bad for people who can't. Like, I legitimately feel bad for people who can't. Speaking of planes, by the way, look at this segue. Did you hear that Qantas had to make an apology for some movie viewing experience on one of their planes from Sydney to Tokyo?
First of all, I don't know what name
Qantas is.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's Australian airline. It's like the national airline of Australia. It's like, do you know what American
I'm
Airlines is?
sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was Crocodile Dundee.
First of all, you don't need to be Crocodile Dundee to know what Qantas is. It's really not that far-fetched. Like, oh my God, Qantas, how would I ever know? Right? It's not that at all. It's actually pretty simple. I'm amazed that you didn't. What? Why are you making it sound so complicated, Doug?
You see what just happened on the screen?
Yeah, no, I just made it happen on the screen. Relax, then. Relax.
What's all right?
Yeah.
Talk, what happened?
So did you hear what happened there?
All right. No, because I would have looked up what Qantas is.
All right. So there's something wrong with the TV screen system, right? So you have the screens in the back of the headrest, right? Something went wrong with that. So every person did not have the ability to pick their own movie, as would normally be the case, right? Because it's video on demand. So in essence, they put it up to a vote, right? For all the passengers to pick a movie that they wanted to watch. We can put it on the screen.
How did they do this vote?
Don't ask me, man. They put up to a vote. I don't know the straws or what they did. Probably hands in the air, I would assume, right? And the movie that was picked is a movie called Daddy-O. And Daddy-O is a movie with Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson. Now, there's a fair amount of sexual dynamics in this film. So they had to apologize because kids were seeing it, this was going on, whatever. And apparently, true or false or whatever, people couldn't turn off their monitors. I find that to be a little egregious, but whatever, right? So this movie is playing, right? So they had to apologize to the other passengers and whatever. Now, I don't know what's right or wrong here, but if you put it up for a vote in a situation like that, right? Because you're like, oh, they could have put on whatever, Inside Out 2, everybody's fine. You know what I'm saying? There's no issues there kind of thing. But you put it up for the vote. So the populace spoke, so who are you apologizing to? You should be upset at your other passengers. It wasn't a Qantas choice.
Now, but I get it because other people may not even wanted to vote, and or in general, or they voted because to ensure that, or they voted to ensure that said movie wasn't played for their kids. I get it.
So they should have made their voices heard. Should have petitioned. Hey, FYI, we got kids on this plane. We can't be playing this movie. I'm sure people would have been open to it. If you keep quiet and don't vote, you have to watch Daddy-O, is what it comes down to, right? And my point is, I don't know if Qantas should apologize or should have if they already did, because it's what their fault.
Of course they should. It's a business. They don't, even if they don't care. Why am I like stuttering? Even if they don't care, they have to. It's a business.
But in your view, how should this have been handled differently, if at all?
Yeah, you play the safest movie, or you don't play one, or
menu. It's Sydney to Japan. That ain't no, hey, I'll catch you in a couple hours. This is a lengthy flight. There will be multiple.
Yeah, but that movie didn't last however many hours the flight was.
They'll play other movies. I'm with you. Yeah, so there should be a list of movies. I'm going to run these movies back to back to back.
Yeah.
So Qantas should choose on behalf of the passengers.
Yeah.
So all the hundreds of passengers on board who have a voice now do not have a voice anymore.
100%. Make it easier. Lie and say this
lie.
Is
this is where this is your solution. All right, okay.
Because otherwise, you're gonna have a big divide. This way, if you lie, people are gonna be upset. But it is what it is. You put it to vote, people aren't happy. It's like voting anything. You're gonna have a huge chunk that's not happy, and they're gonna be more disgruntled than if everybody had to have the same.
All right. I mean, again, I don't think Daddy-O should ever be the movie of choice. Don't get me wrong. But I just find it interesting that was the situation that they went through.
Speaking of voting, you know anything about the Green Party, Jill Stein?
Negative.
Neither do I. So I think the election here, by the time our next episode comes out, it'll be around that week. So I am going to dig in because I don't know if I'm voting for her. Kamala.
You want to risk it? Go for it.
So, here we go. So
I mean, that's all it is, dude. I
literally know nothing. I know nothing.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm gonna dive in over the next 2 weeks. And I should report back.
Go for it. Yeah. Again, I'm not here to tell you what way to go. Obviously, all I'm trying to say is if you want to risk it, which is all that is. Because you know full well that's a wasted vote. Period.
Not a wasted vote.
Okay, why is it not?
Because it's my vote voting for the individual. If I did, Mind you.
I'm just saying again.
This party and this
speculation.
individual up and say, hell no.
Yeah. What if it stands for everything you believe? I'm with you. Okay. So if that was a scenario, in my view.
How about this? How about this? Mm-hmm. If I lived in New York and I voted for Trump, is that a wasted vote?
No, because if there's enough people like you in New York, that could change.
Oh, if there's enough people who would say F the system and look at third-party candidates, because there's no way New York turns red. There's no way. Just like there's no way there's going to be enough people until it happens.
Yeah. Okay. Hold up. I'm all about change. I got you. I'm all about opening for options. No, hear me out. I'm also about change when the risk is not this. If the risk were candidate A and candidate B, right, and they're pretty equitable, it's one thing. In my mind, the risk is, oh my God, we're all gonna fucking die. Wow, that was really aggressive. Oh my God, this is a really, really horrible person. Or whatever. I can't risk the horrible person dynamic.
Not true, because back in 2000, you and I both thought a friend of ours had a wasted vote when they didn't vote for Gore over Bush, and Bush is not Trump.
No.
So how was that very? But what kind of deemed? So was that deemed too risky then as well?
Bush was never Trump. That's my point.
So was he too risky there as well? Because we thought that was a wasted vote.
No. Again, but the end all is not scorched earth and okay, we have some political differences. That's where we're at right now. And again, in my view,
I mean, it literally was scorched earth with Bush on the other side of the world. Literally.
So now, okay, so what do you think is going to happen this time around? If that was the situation then, right? Like, okay, I put it this way. I didn't consider Bush and still don't consider Bush to be an innately disgusting person.
Right, but you thought it was a wasted vote.
And it was.
You just said a few minutes ago.
And it was.
A risk level. So was that risky then too?
It was, obviously.
Oh, but then you'll never get, if that was a risk.
No.
Which you deem a much less risk.
Risks are always there. That's not the question. The question is the significance of the risk. Like I just said, in this particular scenario, the risk of having Gore versus Trump. Gore versus Bush in that time was a risk. Again, I didn't view and still don't view Bush at any point to be a disgusting individual.
Right.
I know full well
that. But you're saying
disgusting individual.
The
risk is greater.
Wasted vote.
It was wasted regardless, but the waste is relevant. It's like saying It's like saying in your bottom water
baseline. Where will there ever be a point that it's not a waste?
No. I just said so. No, it's always good. Hold up.
Oh, okay. You're saying it's always wasted, but you're cool
until
it's waste based on
until it's not. The risk level matters. To your point, I got a giant bottle of water.
Just to clarify, I'll get it. That was wasted, but not too risky.
Correct. So the risk is what I'm talking about.
So you're fine with the wasted.
I'm fine if you do a risk reward analysis, right? And the risk outweighs the reward. I can't take the risk. That's all that is. In this scenario, the risk is way too great for me to take this particular, right? The reward doesn't get me anything in this scenario because the risk is too great for me. Bush, no, that wasn't the scenario. Bush before him, not the scenario, right? So my point is just that. My point is the risk is so great, in my view, that risk is not worth it in this current moment. That's what I'm saying. For a minute. That's all. All right? So that's fairly logical. So let me ask you a random question here, right? I brought this up to Loesch this weekend. Kaylee brought it up to me. She listened to this podcast. And this podcast was talking about the dark web. And people were putting out, in essence, they were looking for hit people to kill somebody, right? Who significant other, whatever it was, right? And they're paying these people via Bitcoin, right? And to keep it all on the DL. So nobody's doing the real names and that kind of stuff. Somebody, apparently, now this is, I believe it's true, but either way, the premise is more than the interesting question here. Somebody was able to crack whatever the dynamics are and get the names of the people who were targeted.
Targeted, not
targeted. The person you want, because if I'm trying to kill Dami Delgado, I got to say Dami Delgado at this address. Person I'm trying to kill, not whatever your IG account is. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to make sure we're doing the right thing here. Make sure we're going after the right person, not the right thing. And so this was so that person was able to crack or hack or whatever and get the names of the intended people to be harmed.
Yeah.
Victims. Thank you. So that person then went out and took it upon himself, I think it was a him, to reach out to these people to say, yo, FYI, you're in danger. And I ask you, huh? And I ask you, if you're the recipient of said phone call, right? What do you do with that call? If random person you don't know calls you, like, yo, is this Dominic Delgado? Somebody's trying to kill you. Because they don't know who's trying to kill you, by the way. Say somebody's trying to kill you. Right? And then you go, why, what? Like, does that change anything in your life at all?
Yeah, it's wild because my first instinct is this is some wild, crazy scam.
That's what I said.
Right? I guess it depends if I start analyzing my life. Like, is there actually somebody?
Enemies?
Yes.
But
seriously.
would you take anything that person said? Would you even give that person, if somebody called you, remember, somebody's calling you randomly, your phone rings from an unknown number. So step one is you've got to answer an unknown number call.
You see, that's step one. That's the problem. That's not happening.
Correct. Okay. Then it goes to voicemail. Yeah. And it goes, hey, this voicemail's for Dominic Delgado. Somebody trying to kill you. Be careful. And you go, what kind of madness is this?
Yeah, that's a great question.
You would hit delete. I said I would just like delete.
Yeah.
But okay, now if you actually were to give it even a second thought, so forget, maybe you deleted it minutes after.
I have a million questions. Why do you say this? How do you know this? Give me the info.
Yeah, but
who are you? Who are you?
Okay.
Now, I would be more if they were to give me their name, things like that, and I Google and they're real. Then I start saying, "Oh,
the Google the real is a real person." So if I were to say, "Hey, I'm a Mitch Jordan," and go, "Oh, Mitch's a real person," but I can give you anybody's name. Like,
true,
it doesn't really matter.
About how to prove it. I don't know. But you're right.
That's what I'm saying. At what point, what would have to be communicated to you for you to take this seriously? Or forget seriously, for you to take any action. And even if you took it seriously, what do you do different?
Yeah. I mean, maybe if they told me they found it on the dark web and they can also crack who.
The who you'll never know, because the who is all aliases and whatever. The victim they have to know because they need real names for the victim.
Shit, I don't know.
So it wouldn't change your life at all. It'd be a complete waste of a call. It would just drive you crazy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would change my life. I'd go insane maybe if I actually thought. You know, I don't know. Maybe you should watch out. Maybe we have a stalker fan that doesn't like you always being so mean to me. On the show. He's gonna take you out.
No, because Kaylee was like, "Oh, I'd listen," and I was like, "And then what? You're gonna change something because you don't know who's trying to kill you. You're gonna not go to work. You're not gonna go to school. You're gonna do the exact same things you do now. It would change nothing." So the thing was, well, should this person even reach out then? To which I said, no, because he's doing no value to anybody. Now, if you want to share,
brother, I have to reach out because if you because you can probably let's say it's real.
Okay, let's say for example, let's say he goes, "Hey, I'll send you." I called you, you didn't answer. I sent you an email. I hit you up on IG and whatever else because I can find all information online. Figure out
like what's going on. Maybe I'm going through a divorce, and
so you assume divorce and death are synonyms. Like, why would your wife that point want to kill you?
Yeah, or maybe somebody has stolen money from. Like, I don't know. Like,
so if you're a criminal, is when this is valued. Is what you're telling me. No, I'm trying to understand, right? Like, at what point do you take it seriously? Like, I wouldn't take it seriously at all.
Who's getting like the kind of people who are getting hitmen sent after them, right? Mm-hmm. Probably some criminal activity, probably some relation.
Now you're making speculation.
I don't think there's anything
else.
Fine.
Okay.
There's nothing else.
Okay.
So I
but the relationship game, you could think you got the best relationship in the world, but you got a good insurance policy, and your wife's like, man, I could use some of that money right now, but you don't know this, right? But what are you gonna? So then, it would only cause you harm. Forget the actual death. It would actually
only cause the harm. I'm sorry. Death is the most harm.
No, but again, somebody's trying to kill you. Somebody's put out a hit on you. You still can do zero.
All right, so then I can what if I can figure out who I reasonably suspect it is?
And
I will
then
contact that person and say, listen,
please don't kill me.
You did this. I'm going to the police. I'm blasting it.
You go to the police with what exactly?
No, it's
saying that some random person called me on the phone and told me that somebody's trying to kill me.
You better call it
my own sleuthing.
Or else.
And you were on the impression that we going to go, yeah, this is really credible. I'm going to look into this one. Sure. You think that's actually going to cause any difference?
No,
and by the way,
this is a threat.
And by the way, this is assuming you have got time on all this. If they're trying to kill you, I don't know what the timeline is for that too. And also, what if you get the wrong person? And in the meantime, you're just stressing yourself out. This information does nothing, in my view. You feel
So
different.
if it was a credible thing, you'd rather just not be called.
It's irrelevant. My point is, it is irrelevant if I know or don't know, because I can take no actual action.
You can reasonably deduce who said individual who has a grudge against you could be. Then it could absolutely.
You don't know people's mental situations.
You could kill them first.
Okay, so now I become a murderer. Now I got to go to jail for life too. I don't want that.
At least you're alive. For what? Say that again. For what?
For life.
Yeah, and that means you're what? Alive.
Hold up. Okay, so let's go on this path. You were more comfortable staying the rest of your life in jail than just not existing. I go for the latter. Oh, I go for the latter. Just call
it for the latter.
You think I'm going to survive in jail, dog? Are you kidding me? Bro, I wouldn't last in there for a second. F that, man. Call it. Do it. Kill me now. Let's not do this. Are you kidding me? This guy assumes I'm going to last more than 2 minutes in jail. Get out of here, dude. I'm a dead man walking. Right? And even if I'm alive, I would rather be dead in jail. For me. I'm not built for that life, dog. I'm good, man. There is no way I'm going to survive. Are you kidding me? This guy thinks, he's going to survive jail. What is wrong with you? The only way to survive is they put me in solitary the entire time, which case I'm going to go mentally crazy anyway and want to die. So yes, kill me versus putting me in jail. For me, yes, for life. I'm good. I don't need that in my life. Like people go, oh my God, I see the death penalty. You only get to spend life in jail. That's not a better thing for me.
I started watching Prison Break again.
Why?
Exactly. I knew you were going to say
that. There's so many shows on TV. Why are you going back?
Netflix.
There's so many shows on TV. Why are you going back?
Are
you watching Penguin?
No, damn, I keep forgetting.
Are you watching Old Man?
What's Old Man?
On FX. It's good.
Really?
The Old Man on FX. Yeah, it's good. Season 2 is going on right now.
Did you watch Vikings?
Up until season 4, and then it got.
I know. Now you know what you know. I'm stuttering this whole show.
Yeah.
You know my problem. I can't stop. Right?
Yes, that is a problem. I literally know this show's crap. I'm done.
Monotonous and repetitive. I liked it. It wasn't great. It was good at first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in season 5. I just can't stop.
No, season 4 has been all down for me, and I'm like, I'm done, and I stopped watching. Did the same thing with Prison Break, actually, for that very show. I think that's
Prison Break was great, and it became one of the worst shows ever.
Correct, and then I stopped as well, right? And then everybody's partnering up people they hated and whatever else. I'm like, we're good, man. I don't need all of this. Season 1 is all it needed, and it was good after that.
Lincoln Lawyer is back. You watch that?
I do not like that show. I find that show to be very. What? It's so cookie cutter and just vanilla. Yeah. Like there's no substance to it. Right at that point, I might as well watch Grey's Anatomy again. Like I'm like,
stop that foolishness.
I mean, Kaylee watches that all day long. Pardon me?
I think you mentioned it last time on the show. Maybe
what?
Adam Brody and
yeah, that was good.
What's her name?
Kristen Bell.
Yeah,
that was a good show. I enjoyed that thoroughly. It was comedic. It was everything was good.
Nobody wants this.
Yeah, I don't like the title at all because I can never remember it. It's not a catchy title. Yeah. But the show was good.
Yeah.
Their banter was good. The vibe was good. The way they interacted was good. And it didn't do the standard stuff you would see in rom-coms or whatever, where at the end of the episode, it leaves on this, oh my God, if only he just told her cliffhanger BS and it causes all this drama. Like they cleared up, like it wasn't that kind of show, which I enjoyed thoroughly. Right.
Interesting. Yeah, they did a rom-com show, which how many... I can't think of any, let alone a good one.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The good ones, that's the key part. I mean, there's probably been the good ones don't exist. This is a good one. They greenlit season 2 already. So that'll come out as well. But it was just a good, simple show. And apparently it was based on a true story. Obviously, they added a lot of stuff there. But this happened to the writer, I believe. She was the Kristen Bell character in real life. Huh. Right. They added the podcasting stuff and whatever else. But her and the rabbi situation was something significant there.
All right, real quick. Let me talk about this. So I see on social media a lot about people complaining about something happened over the summer. I'll tell you what it is in a sec. Handouts to these so the USDA, Department of Agriculture, granted $2 billion to Black and minority farmers.
Mm-hmm.
$2 billion with a B.
Mm-hmm.
And all these people complaining about handouts and affirmative action. And no, it's not a handout. It was a settlement because for almost the last 100 years, there was actual prejudice against these farmers. who weren't granted loans that their white counterparts were. And years ago, many of them, when they would even go to apply for loans, the community and even the sheriffs would come by and pressure them not to, right? And the USDA was wholeheartedly complicit in this. So 23,000 farmers are getting between $10,000 and $500,000. And another 20,000 who applied. And so that first group, they already had farms and were seeking assistance for infrastructure, tractors, plows, whatever. These other ones who wanted to and were denied are only getting minuscule, 3K to 6K. But like, this is just a drop in the bucket. Evidently, they tried to compensate them during the COVID package, $1.9 trillion COVID package. And the white farmers sued and said, this is not fair to us. Mind you, the reason for this is the lack of fairness. It's not the same premise they're fighting with, like they think affirmative action is bad. This was literally the black and brown farmers didn't get what the white farmers got, right? Denied this. So this is trying to help a little bit to pay that back. And the white farmers are, no, this is not fair.
So so is your gripe the fact that they don't see the...
Yes.
Right. So you're on the impression that people who aren't getting what others are getting are looking at things in a logical fashion.
Yes.
Independent of, why do you do this to yourself, dog? Like, full well what's going to happen there. And by the way, this is not a white black. If this were anybody who wasn't receiving, they would feel like they weren't getting. That's where I'm coming from. It's not in this particular dynamic. Obviously, there's a race component. But my point is, if anybody else is getting stuff that you're not getting, you feel like you've been shafted. That's just the way the game works. And you are confused by this human nature dynamic. Why?
I don't know.
I mean, it just is. It's like people are.
Jealous. Speaking of people, one last thing, because we got to finish this. So there's H&H Bagels in New York. You know it?
No.
All right. So evidently, it's some Seinfeld fame. I don't know how.
Okay. I don't know that episode. I wouldn't.
And there's only like 7 locations, but they opened 2 in South Florida. Just opened the last one. The one in the area I live in, right? Like last weekend I went there. It's pouring rain outside. There's 30 odd people in line out the door.
Yeah.
Anyway, I went this week, late morning, took my son to get a bagel with cheddar cheese and lettuce.
I'm sorry, what?
He eats like a rabbit. It's this cheddar cheese and lettuce.
Like shredded lettuce or like lettuce leaf? Like a big lettuce?
Like a one lettuce leaf.
And cheddar cheese?
Yes.
Like a sliced cheese?
Yes, right.
Toasted?
So I go up. No, not toasted. So I go up there.
Oh, cold bagel, cold cheese, cold lettuce?
No, not cold. It was made that morning.
It's Buster McGeady. It's cold, son.
Listen. I don't toast my bagels anytime I get a bagel. Anyway, why are you staring?
Continue.
I go up there, and the guy takes the bagel to the cashier. Cashier pipes it up. I see on the screen, egg sandwich, $7. And the guy says, "Oh no, not an egg sandwich." I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course. I'm not paying $7 for a bagel with lettuce and cheese." Yeah. He says, no, not that. And he points on the screen to her. She types up $9.35.
Yo!
I said, I paused. I said, I'm sorry. It's $9.35? The guy says, yeah, guess so. I said, $9.35 for a bagel with 1 piece of lettuce and 1 slice of cheese? And he's going, I guess so. I said, okay, hold on. I breathe, right? I said, how much is the bagel? $2. I said $7. I literally said $7 for 1 piece of lettuce and 1 slice of cheese. He says again, all pompous, like, I guess so. I said, I don't think you're grasping this. I know you're saying I guess so, but no, I guess so. It cannot be $7 for a slice of cheese and a piece of lettuce, right? And I look at my son, he's just standing there. So afterwards, I'm like,
hold up, you paid for this?
No, I did not pay for this.
Oh, good.
I was about to walk out and not pay for it.
As you should.
the manager comes over and he starts getting irate at the employees for like not thinking through.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
hey,
so
come get me or just do something else. And he goes, just charge for the bagel. So I walked out the store and I said, thank you. I said, what should I do in the future? Because I understand you have to charge something.
Yeah.
He goes, no. You don't just, you gave me his name. Anytime you want that, you don't pay anything. I said, no, I understand. Like, your system probably doesn't have that. And maybe you should fix the system for like little additions, 50 cents, whatever it is. Right. And he said, no, you're good. You can always have it. But I'm like, people nowadays just don't think. Like, if I'm working there, I know that's asinine. I'd say something like, sir, the system, I apologize. We have no.
Whatever. Yeah.
Let me go get my manager and see what we can do. $7 for cheese. And this is just my simple, silly rant that, like, we're just getting dumber or lack of thinking.
This guy said getting. No, but this is also my issue when it comes to technology, right? On this last note here, as it comes to technology and the advent or the further adoption of AI and whatever else, you think people are dumb now? Man, if the machine says whatever, that's just what's gonna happen, dog. Like there's no no reasonable cognitive thought process. Like
no cognitive thought. Yeah,
ain't math in here. How does that work?
Mathing, no.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody's gonna be like, yo, my dude, $7 for a slice of cheese. I can buy the whole brick of cheese with $7, son. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's but that's what I'm saying. Like, this is only going to get worse.
Yeah, it's wild.
All right. On the last note to go out here, do you know GJ Khaled's real name?
Yeah, I saw it on your sheet. Yeah.
Khaled.
It's actually Khaled Mohammed Khaled. But yes, Khaled.
I mean, bro. I mean, really?
Like, is your signature still Amit?
Yeah. Well, not still. My name is still Amit. So
I mean,
why would it change?
No, I mean, literally, like you signing a lease, you're signing open a bank account. You just write your first name as if you're Madonna or Prince.
Neither of them, actually. Prince didn't actually have a name to his passing, and I don't know what Madonna signs, but Amit is Amit. Yes. Why are we adding more work to the thing? Nobody even cares about the signature anymore. It's irrelevant now.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally irrelevant. So much so, by the way, and I kept saying I'm going to end, but on this note, obviously, I think back in, it's like pre-COVID, like we've gone away from the need. Banks don't need the signature on slips anymore, right? Period.
What kind of slip?
Like if you go to the restaurant and they go, hey, sign off on whatever, sign your receipt. Okay. They don't need that. You go buy some shit. They don't need that.
Why are we doing that?
Period. The reason we're still doing it is because they feel, no joke, the restaurant industry, et cetera, feel that if we don't have it, people are going to freak out going, but I got to sign somewhere. People are just dumb. I swear to God. And this is not hyperbole. This is literally what's there. They don't need it. Right? That's why you can put a squiggle line, do whatever you want. Obviously, it's not going to kick back. Nobody cares. But it's literally there to make sure that idiots go, I can still do this. Fraud protection. Because I literally had somebody going, ooh, I need you to sign. I need to see the back of your credit card. And I was like, what is wrong with you?
Someone said that?
Back in the day, I used to write CID in the back of my credit card.
Oh, yeah, I
remember
that.
No, but I need to see your signature. And I was like, are you a fucking moron?
I remember that.
Are you a moron?
The CID. But not the worst
my
is,
ID.
The worst is, okay, so if you go to like a sit-down restaurant and they, you sign. But the worst is when you go to, say, like a bagel spot and it's like $3. They print it out and say, can you sign this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nobody needs it.
Yeah.
It's not a need. There's enough fraud protection. They know what's going on. If you go to this bagel shop today in Boca and then go to it literally later on or the next day in California, like, oh, hold up. Are you in California right now? What just happened here, right? And they'll go, just curious, what happened here? So they don't need it. But to your point, people getting dumber, this is to appease dumb people.
Yeah.
Ain't that fun? All right. On that note,
kaboom. Be better.
Enjoy your day.
Order.
Take it easy, y'all.
Be back in 2 weeks with a report on the Green Party and Jill Stein. Piss off from it some more. And
so many people excited about this. Later, guys.